Nostradamus, one little prediction. Be futuristic and make it non-fiction. You can see the future, you can see through us. Let's have the poop now, will destiny screw us?
Will my leprosy be cured by later this spring?
I asked Chickadee 4, will my kid be a king?
And your heart melts into the light. The minute you see it, you know that you're home. Diamonds and rainbows and skies. Forget about Michelangelo's dome. We're talking a piece of the cosmic pie, where the angels go when they need a break. A spot with the perfect potential. You pinch yourself to prove you're awake, and it's strictly residential. On the item of husbands, now I know I've got a beaut and his name is Mo. He's my only one, with Saturn opposing the sun. When I think of Great Neck, I start yearning. Could it be that gold is finally learning? He's my only one, not Saturn opposing the sun. I don't believe much in astrology, or even much in psychology, because I can be much more specific. Mink coats aren't all that terrific. I would slay the meanest dragon for you, take all kinds of nagging for you, even go right off the wagon for you. Only don't leave me. I'd go down in the first round boxing for you, drink quarts of deadly toxin for you, cash my blue chip stocks in for you. Only don't leave me. The minute you see it, you know that you're home. Diamonds and rainbows and skies. Forget about Michelangelo's dome. We're talking a piece of the cosmic pie, where the angels go when they need a break. A spot with the highest potential. You pinch yourself to prove you're awake, and it's strictly residential. It's in the new world, a fabulous new and improved world.
In the community liked it.
It was amazing. When we watched the tape last night, first of all, no one likes to see themselves on tape, except maybe a Leo. But I don't like to see myself on tape. But I found the whole tape riveting because it was funny. You saw more reactions. The people were wonderful. It was totally amateur production, but something makes the whole thing hang together on tape, which you don't usually see with a live performance, because live performances never can be taped. The sets look a little cheesier, and they do, because you're not in a studio. But the tape worked, and everybody watching it in the place last night, remember? They were going crazy because it was so alive.
That's right, it was alive. Congratulations, Michael.
Did you try the pudding or steak tartare?
No thanks, I find raw meat a little bizarre.
What a gorgeous affair! What a gorgeous affair! Like a pig on eat and think it's all free.
The minute she's doing to the nth degree.
Come on everyone, find a lap and sit down. I told you yet, I'm glad you made it to town. What a gorgeous affair! What a gorgeous affair! Look, there's Neil and Rob and Gary, Doris, Joan and Ken. Hello, dear Mary and Stephanie Angel, we're together again. What a gorgeous affair, manicured and waitered. There's never been a bash like this.
by the way, who catered?
A gorgeous affair, a gorgeous affair. It's great to get together, it's thrilled to be invited. Is this a bar mitzvah or is someone benighted? A gorgeous affair. I've had so much champagne tonight, I don't know where I'm heading. I haven't had a night like this since Cousin Selma's wedding. A gorgeous affair.
Welcome to everyone from everywhere. Welcome to everyone from everywhere. Welcome to everyone from everywhere. Welcome to everyone. 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 Welcome to everyone.
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host for the evening, Mr. Michael Lutin.
Hi, everybody. Do I look different? This is what working with Gina Ciaglio can do to anybody. It's nice to be here, isn't it, in this hotel? This is where they filmed The Shining. You ever see the movie? No, it's very fitting, actually, that we're in this hotel in this period of Capricorn, I think, because the rooms in this hotel have been designed and organized and numbered to confuse and depress people. It's wild here, though, right? Really. I talked to a lady who went outside yesterday. Honest to God. It's wild to be down here, though, you know, in the deep heart of the South. Most people are nice, but we've been picketed by 2 people who are in front of the hotel picketing. So would somebody please tell Stephanie and Buzz they can come in, everything is all right. Jesus. It's really weird. You know, I got here, you know, have you been to the trade show? It's so spiritual. Did you notice how spiritual it is? No, I was afraid somebody's going to smell meat on my breath. But then I saw 2 crystal healers putting sweet and low in their tea. I knew I was all right. You know, I myself am not so spiritual, all right? I try to be, but I'm not. And I don't want anybody judging me or the performance tonight if it's not totally spiritual. Okay? Because, you know, if you, like me, had been sexually abused from the time you were 10, granted, it was mostly by myself, but still, that counts. You know, that counts a lot. No, I mean, it does, you know? I got a lot of things here to tell you about Capricorn tonight. That's what the show's about. It's about Capricorn. So, I got to tell you something incredible. You know, we are living in a time now. Remember the 60s? Remember the 60s? That's the Pluto and Leo people, right? The Pluto and Leo people out there holding back their face and saying, I'm getting into pottery. But we live in a really crazy time now. I mean, you know how a modern woman goes into a drugstore now? She says, I'd like some condoms, please, and some cigarettes. And speaking of that, I mean, we are really in a crazy time. There's a drugstore in New York where everything is crazy in New York where I live, right? You know how we do mouth to mouth in New York? Get up or you're gonna fucking die! But you go into a drugstore in New York, you know? You go into New York into a drugstore and like, you say, I'd like a condom. Well, we don't sell condoms, please. We don't sell them singly. How do you sell them? Well, the guy says, we sell them in packages of 6, 9, and 12. So I said, so what's that for? He said, well, 6 is really, it's done according to your astrological sign now. I said, the AFA is more powerful than I thought it was. You know? So I said, okay, what's the 6 for? The guy said, well, the 6, he said, that's for the Scorpios. Because they have sex once a day for 6 days, and on the 7th day they abstain just to prove that their appetites don't control them. So what's a 9 for? He said, the 9, that's for Tauruses. He said, they have sex once a day for 6 days, and then they're hooked, and on the 7th day they have to have it 3 times. So I said, well, what's the 12 for? He said, that's for Virgos, you know, January, February. But I want to tell you, I got some Capricorn stuff to tell you tonight. I've made a list here of all the, since the show's really about Capricorn, I made a list of all the Capricorns that I could think of who have really made major contributions so that the Capricorns in the audience won't feel too offended or anything like that, okay? Let's see. There are several spiritual ones here. You got Reverend Moon, Marjo Gortner, Jim Jones of Jonestown. Well, he was a Taurus, but that's the same thing, man. And murderers, the great murderers of history are Capricorn, you know, because they know how to plan things, right? Bernard Finch. Does anybody remember Bernard Finch? Bernard Finch planned his wife's murder so perfectly. The only thing, and this is very typically Capricorn, his girlfriend turned state's evidence. Okay? Sam Shepard is another one. He beat his pregnant wife to death. This is typically Capricorn. And the other one was Ian Brady, who murdered her. He was in England about 20 years ago. He murdered people and chopped them up and buried them in the moors. Because, you know, they're neat, right? So, but it was so gory that lawyers fainted when they heard the testimony. And this, so, you know, now I've got a list of the great writers, upbeat writers of our time have been Capricorn. Poe. Stars, movie stars, performers. Ava Gardner, did she ever end a movie without jumping out of a window? The singers, Joan Baez. You listen to her music for 5 minutes and you're taking mood elevators. And fanatical and controlling, J. Edgar Hoover. Nixon. Lady Bird Johnson. Noel Till. I mean, it's I mean, but I want everybody to have a great night tonight because we have some fun planned for you. We really do. And I hope you'll enjoy yourself. So thanks very much for coming. And, Doug? Thank you. Welcome to everyone from everywhere. Look at the dishes and silverware. Try the pudding or steak tartare. No thanks, I find will need a little bizarre. What a gorgeous affair! What a gorgeous affair! Look, there's Neil and Robin, Gary, Doris, Joan, and Ken.
Hello, dear Marion, Stephanie, and Angel, we're together again.
What a gorgeous affair!
Manicured and waitered,
There's never been a bash like this.
and by the way, I catered.
The place is Great Neck, Long Island, New York. The living room of one Goldie Ziskowitz. There's a game of bridge going on. Just a few ladies getting together on an afternoon. Nothing special, but by the time these ladies get through bidding, one of them is going to be far from that living room, far from Great Neck, far from anything she has ever known before. In a few minutes, Great Neck will seem far behind her, and she will be bidding for her life in the Twilight Zone.
Something's eating her.
She's covering up, but I can tell. She can't confront a man, that's her problem. One club.
Who can? You stand up to a man and the first thing he does is call you a ball buster.
She cannot confront a male authority figure. It's all right there in her horoscope, which is a total mess.
Never mind astrology. It takes two to tango. It's not all Mo's fault. He's a fine man.
You don't live with him!
You're right, I don't live with him. 2 diamonds.
I'm sick for her.
If he needs her to sell that coat financially, she should.
Well, that's fine for you to say. You're all set up for Florida. It's punishment. It's your turn, Sylvia. He's a punishing man.
Why would Mo want to punish Goldie?
I pass.
You're so naive, Sylvia. I could scream from you.
Well, maybe he does need the money for his business. This has nothing to do with Mo, the coat, or his business. It's astrology.
Where's the coffee? Goldie, it's your bid. 1 club, 2 diamonds. Sylvia passed.
Coming! 3 spades!
After all she's been through with Mo, what's the matter with that man? He's a Capricorn. What do you expect?
Capricorn. You think Capricorns are the only ones going through problems? I can still relive that day on the tennis court. Suddenly I couldn't breathe. I couldn't hit the ball. I had a queasy feeling in my stomach. The teacher turns to me and says, "Pearl, what's wrong?" I said, "I can't hit the ball." And the teacher says to me, "Well, Pearl, if you can't hit the ball, then get off the court." I get off the court. I come to find out my Harry died.
Pearl, Goldie's problems with Mo have absolutely nothing to do with it.
I know. I'm just saying I know how she feels. Florida isn't everything when you're all alone.
Here it is! 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 Who wants instant? Who wants real? Pearl, use the coasters.
What's the matter, honey? You look pale. Let me help you sit down.
Oh, what's that pain in my arm? Oh, my lucky book. I can't sit down without my lucky book. Pearl, give me that lucky book, too.
I was Nostradamus's girlfriend? Where'd you get that?
That the title, I didn't even look. Must be one of the kids. Ooh. But every time I have one of these pains in my arm, when I sit on that book, I feel better.
Well, maybe you'll get educated by osmosis or something, like putting a tape recorder under your pillow at night.
Oh, God, Sylvia.
Well, it works for some people.
It's bad luck to be superstitious.
I don't know. It's true for most people, but Goldie's a Cancer.
These are nice cups.
We were just saying we understood how you feel right now. According to the tenets of astrology, it's more about planets than psychology. When a man's got you under his gun, then Saturn's opposing your sun.
Wake up in the night with a queasy feeling. Stare at the dark at an empty ceiling. It's not a lot of fun.
When Saturn opposes the sun.
Look across the bed to your one and only. Married all these years and suddenly lonely. I'd go somewhere, but where can I run?
When Saturn opposes the sun.
I shudder when I view her 7th house, 'cause I see she was destined to marry a louse. If she was someone else, there might be an answer, but she had to go be a Cancer.
I don't believe much in astrology, or for that matter, psychology. Mo's got her under the gun, not Saturn, whatever her son.
There's a ripple in my heart, an uneasy feeling. It's all getting dark and my head is reeling. Is this punishment for something I've done? Or is Saturn opposing my sun?
Saturn's opposing the sun. Saturn's opposing the sun. Saturn's opposing the Saturn's opposing the Saturn's opposing the Saturn's opposing the Saturn. Oh my God! Oh my God! Goldie, what's wrong? Goldie, no, what's wrong? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! She's trying to say something. What is it? What is it, honey?
Tell Mo.
What?
He's over here.
What is it?
There's meatloaf in the freezer.
Call a doctor.
Does anybody know the Heimlich maneuver or something? Maybe we shouldn't call a doctor. Maybe we should send her some white light.
White light? She's dead.
Before you get too hysterical and lower all the flags in half-mast in honor of Goldie, let me tell you that before this evening is through, she may see the shores of Great Neck one more time. But for now, let's turn our attention elsewhere.
The year is 1590, or somewhere around there. The place, France. The palace of Catherine de' Medici. It is here tonight that Nostradamus, famous physician and seer, will make his predictions for the next 400 years.
We're here at the famed Catherine de' Medici banquet hall, where we have replaced the fine coffee normally served with Folger's flaked crystals.
This tastes like instant.
Party. But poor Nostradamus, everyone's blown his powers all out of proportion. They want miracles from him. Not that same old, your cows are gonna get anthrax next year kind of stuff. They want something smashing, something stunning.
They want him to come up with something fabulous.
What a great little town we've got, we absolutely do. That cathedral on the corner, it's completely brand new.
Our kids play in the park at night, there's no locks on our doors.
We're not afraid of the dark at night.
No garbage on our shores.
As far as ideal places go, we've eliminated sorrow. We'd
Have it all if only we could see into tomorrow.
Hey, there's Nostradamus, our friend.
Nostradamus! Yo, Nosy baby!
Come on, Nostradamus, one little prediction. We are good sport now, we can take the friction.
You can see the future, you can see right through us. Pull a rabbit from your hat, what's gonna happen to us?
Just tell me if my wife and I will get back together. They tell me you're a healer, but can you predict the weather?
Does the hero get the girl? This is all too thrilling.
How do you figure out this stuff?
The suspense is really killing.
Catherine de' Medici, at this time, has been footing his bar bills, and she too is hoping for some really wonderful predictions as well.
Wake up in the night with a queasy feeling, staring in the dark at an empty ceiling. When will it be over and done? This stuff with my husband and son.
Is March a month for travel?
Will my warts disappear? Never mind your warts, will my husband die this year? Come on, Nostradamus, one little prediction.
Young Nostradamus needs a miracle to relieve him of the pressures of his life.
Give your life for the good of culture. Show another tit. Give your blood to another vulture. Make sure each show's a hit. Do your exercise an hour later, eat. By noon, heal a leper and wash a cripple's feet. Fend a guy who's up for perjury. Off to the barbershop, time for surgery. Do your ledges, write a book. Wash those veggies, get them up to cook. Once your little cat's been fed, blow out the candle, honey, time for bed. All I want to do is to be left alone. But no, they want miracles, bubbles of genius. Is this what my mother wanted for me? Is this why I buried my wife and my kids? Every day another final exam. Why am I destined for greatness while others mend shoes? On top of that, these are really bad times. Government sticks its nose in your business. Lepers are dying like flies. I sure picked a lousy time to be born. I had to go be a Capricorn.
Can you possibly imagine what went through Nostradamus' mind when he stumbled over Goldie Ziskowitz in his private chamber? Or how freaked out Goldie must have been to open her eyes, not in Great Neck in 1989, but in the palace of Catherine de' Medici 400 years before.
We don't know how these things happen. We only know they do. The statistics are rare and known only to a few, like Francoise Gauquelin. Nonetheless, there they were.
Who the hell are you?
Who are you?
Who let you in here?
How did I get in here?
This is most irregular.
Where's Pearl?
Where did you come from?
Where am I?
Chanel. Never heard of it.
Oh, I got to get out of here.
A most excellent idea, madam.
Come on, Nostradamus, we're anticipating. It's time for prediction. Your public is waiting.
She did not even see you.
She didn't see me.
My God, you're a spirit.
Oh my God, I'm dead. Shirley MacLaine was right.
Well, what a shock for both of them. I'm sick for them.
Am I dreaming?
You're a demon.
I may puke.
You're a spook.
Now let me take this slowly.
You're unholy.
I remember I fell.
You're from hell.
But after a while, you know how it is. Two lonely people.
I told you before, my name is Goldie Ziskowitz. We're from Great Neck. We live on the 40th floor. And you know, from our living room window, you do not even have to turn your head. You can see 3 highways. You can see the Long Island Expressway, the Cross Bronx, and the BQ.
Now, oddly enough, Goldie managed to understand Old French, and Nostradamus wasn't thrown by a New York accent. You know, before long, Goldie was giving Nostradamus a future lesson.
And it will be called pizza.
Pizza?
Well, most people will prefer it without the anchovies. Well, I don't know exactly why, but that's the way it is will be in the future. In the future, when you reach a certain age, everyone will be blonde.
The whole romance was exhilarating for her. In Great Neck, she was a nobody. She had no power.
And she even had to sell her mink coat.
But now, dead as a doornail, she really wanted to give Nostradamus what he desperately needed.
Well, here's what we'll do. We'll see how you've been doing, okay? Now, I'll say a word, then you're going to say the first word that comes into your mind, okay? All right. Turner.
Lana.
Benny.
Hana.
Nikon.
Lens.
Mercedes.
Benz.
The singing.
None.
World War.
One.
Abzug.
Bella.
Matzah.
Rella.
Fu Man.
Chew.
World War.
Two.
You sew a patient up with a...
Suture.
That's good.
Now I got a beat on the future. Amazing! How do you know all this stuff?
I don't know how I know it. It's just, I just know it. I don't know. Maybe that lucky book of mine, maybe everything from the lucky book went up through my tush when I died.
Goldie and Nostradamus befriend each other. He's absolutely fascinated by everything she has to say. And she's in heaven giving him a, quote, history lesson.
No, it's not Hitler. It's Hitler. She's telling you. Now, remember I told you, after Hitler there will be the third Antichrist, remember?
Certainly.
Now he will be worse than Hitler. He will ruin the world. He'll come in around the 1980s,
Right.
remember?
Sure.
And what's his name?
The amazing Randy. So your husband wants you to sell, what did you call that thing?
My mink coat.
Right, your mink coat. To raise funds for his business?
Yeah. Hey, you do listen to me, don't you?
Of course I do. I find you very interesting.
Watch it. I'm married. And worse, I'm dead.
Well, Mo's not here now. And besides, it sounds like a crazy world, this world you've come from.
Well, it had its good points. It was the new world after all.
The new world?
Oh, yeah.
You mean like that Christopher Columbus type thing?
Yeah. Oh, I can't shut up about it. There are diamonds everywhere. Diamonds hanging off rainbows and orchids in the air. Blue sky to die from. You could say Heaven's Gate. Blue sky to die from. Not to mention real estate, and it's in the new world. I'm talking paradise, my friend. The new world, the new world. A heavenly kind of blue world. You want rocks? They got rocks! You want trees? They got trees. Oranges and coconuts, oceans of blue. You could really go nuts in the new world. The minute you see it, you know that you're home. diamonds and rainbows in the sky. Forget about Michelangelo's dome. We're talking a piece of a cosmic pie, where the angels go, where they need a break. The spot where the hottest potential. You'll pinch yourself to prove you're awake, and it's strictly residential. It's in the new world. The new world. A fabulous new and improved world. It's magic. Yes, magic. What more can I say? I'll never forget the sight. One moment there and your soul gives way, and your heart melts into life. So pack your undies, book your ship. What a thrill, what a trip. Just follow that northeast corridor into the place called Florida. Pack your undies, book your ship. What a thrill, what a trip. Just follow that northeast corridor into the place called Florida. It's in the new world, the new world, new
Do you miss it?
Miss what?
Your new world. Florida. Your girlfriends, Doris, Pearl. Your husband, Mo.
No, I really don't. I really don't.
Good.
You glad?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You got here just in the nick of time. You're really pretty nice. You know that?
What's wrong, honey?
Life.
Oh, come on. What's wrong?
My life. I've been under a lot of pressure lately.
What pressure? You think you're worried about those jokers you gotta make a prediction for? Mm-hmm. Honey, your troubles are over.
Oh, really? How's that?
Because Goldie's here. We are now a team.
Yeah, like Adam and Eve?
No, like Edie and Steve. We're gonna be a predicting team. I know all about the future.
Aren't you forgetting about the Inquisition? That's all I need to get caught conjuring spirits.
Oh, that damn Inquisition. I forgot about that. I don't really feel like getting burned. I don't even go out in the sun anymore. Well, look, here's what we'll do. If you see me, eventually everybody could. Why don't we just do it gradually? And then eventually you can unveil me when the time is right. I'll do the predictions. You won't get blamed.
Right. We'd wait till the time is right, then gradually I can unveil you. That would never work.
Why do you have such a negative attitude?
I'm basically depressive, I guess. Though, I consider myself realistic. And besides, I'm Jewish.
Well, honey, don't be so negative, honey. Get off those heavy trips. You've got a spirit guide now, so forget the apocalypse. Don't be a party pooper. Come get your Goldie fix. You can stuff those dark and dreary thoughts into file drawer 86. As long as Goldie's here, the world is hunky-dory.
Before I met you, babe, well, that's another story. I found my own gold mine at 11:59. If the iceberg strikes my ship,
or the sadist raises his whip,
I know you'll be around to make my life divine at 11:59.
If your tires go flat and you land in a ditch, if your love is a rat or your life is a bitch,
If my tumor looks like cancer, or the mob is screaming for the ultimate answer,
I'll be right on line at 11:59.
everybody gets a break from the other plane. Many tend to fear and they call it profane. Can I overcome my egotistical pride?
Open up and kiss me, I'm your spirit guide.
Half my life I've spent with that praying and waiting. Finally you've come and I think you're from Satan.
Don't you know I've always been on your side? Open up and kiss me, I'm your spirit guide.
Goldie made my Venus trine at 11:59. 11:59.
We'll return to Goldie and Nostradamus in a few moments, but first, the offer of a lifetime. Predictions 1970, a fabulous album for stereo or cassette. All the oldies, but not just the oldies. Every single oldie is a specific prediction for you for the coming year according to your astrological sign. Yes, that's right. Astrology, the stuff nobody believes in, but everyone reads in the papers. Now you don't have to go to fancy psychics, card readers, palmists, or occultists of any kind, and there's no computer printout. Musical predictions for the coming months, your own personal mantras, a meditation spiritual enlightenment symbol, a tune you can sing or hum while all day long, tune you'll remember all the way back, yet guides you to the future. Solid gold meets the new age. Don't miss this chance to own your own guiding melodies of 1990. And our first guiding melody is number 12, goes out to all those Aquarians out there who think their life is totally over or going crazy with guilt and want to feel like jumping off a bridge.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the road is a golden dawn and the sweet whipper sound of a lark. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone.
Number 6 in 1990, Leo stepped down from their golden pedestals next year to hum the haunting refrains from the work song from Disney's Cinderella.
Cinderella, Cinderella, all I hear is Cinderella from the morning when I get up till shades of night are falling. There isn't any let up. I hear them calling, calling. Go up and do the attic and go down and do the cellar. You can do them both together, Cinderella.
Number 5, Virgos take off their glasses, let down their hair, and sing.
They say that falling in love is wonderful. It's wonderful, so they say. And with a moon up above, it's wonderful. It's wonderful, so they tell me. I don't recall who said it. I know I never read it. I only know that they tell me that love is grand. And the thing that's known as romance is wonderful, wonderful in every way, so they say.
Number 4, in the new decade, Libras continue to hide from reality.
When whippoorwills call and evening is nigh, we'll hurry to my blue heaven. A turn to the right, a little white light. We're happy in my blue heaven.
Number 3, next year Scorpios in their typical feeding frenzy will be singing.
Sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters. Many men have tried to split us up, but no one can. Lord, help the mister who comes between me and my sister. And Lord, help the sister who comes between me and my man.
Number 9, in 1990 Tauruses, those walking glands prove to us they have more than just a body.
I could while away the hours conversing with the flowers, talking to the rain. With the thoughts I'd be thinking I could be another Lincoln if I only had a brain.
Number 11 goes out to all those misguided Pisceans who believe they can actually make it on their own. From Walt Disney's Pinocchio, I've got no strings.
I got no strings to tie me down, to make me fret or make me frown. I had strings, but now I'm free. I got no strings on me.
Number 7, Cancers will be singing one of the greatest love songs of our time, from Jesus Christ Superstar.
I don't know how to love him, what to do, how to move him. I've been changed, yes, really changed. And I've had so many men before in very many ways. He's just one more. Yet if he said he loved me, I'd be lost, I'd be frightened. I couldn't cope, just couldn't cope. I'd turn my head, I'd walk away. I wouldn't want to know. He scares me so.
Number 10, Aries in 1990 will be learning the true meaning of sadomasochism as they learn to be on the bottom for a change.
You're the top. You're the Colosseum. You're the top. You're the Louvre Museum. I'm a worthless check, a total wreck, a flop. But if baby I'm the bottom, I said baby I'm the bottom. I said baby I'm the bottom. You're the top.
Number 8, Geminis face their little demons from Walt Disney's Three Little Pigs.
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la.
Number 2, in 1990, Sagittarians bounced their umpteenth check this year to the strains of
Easy street, easy street, where you sleep till noon. I repeat, easy street, better get there soon.
And number 1, the top tune of 1990, as our lovely Capricorn steps forward to sing the corniest song ever written. The top tune of 1999 belongs to Capricorn.
And now the end is near, and so so I face my final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when I was down, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. And I stood tall, and did it my
These fabulous oldie predictions are available on LP, cassette, or compact disc. Send your check or money order for $19.95 right now to Henry Weingarten, New York Astrology Center. Allow 6 or 7 years for delivery.
And now, back to Goldie and Nostradamus. When we last left our two lovebirds,
It's the Inquisition.
Nostradamus! Yo-ho! Nostradamus!
Every time you start to make a prediction, don't you feel a wee bit odd?
'Cause when you begin to interpret afflictions, don't you know you must be God?
Careful now, you could really stumble and totally shoot your wad.
And when something occurs to make you humble, then we know that you ain't God.
Smart guys, watch out, smart guys. It could also happen to thee. Smart guys, I'm telling you, smart guys, you'll wind up hang from a tree. He loves everyone from queen to pariah, and he never gets weary or bored.
I get the joke, you're the bloomin' Messiah, a replacement for Jesus our Lord.
Smart guy, cool it, smart guy. Smart guys get in trouble. Push me, smart guy, just too far, and watch me burst your bubble. Smart guy, watch out, smart guy. It could also happen to thee. Smart guy, cool it, smart guy, you'll wind up hanging from a tree.
Come on, Nostradamus, one little prediction. Be futuristic and make it non-fiction.
You can see the future, you can see through us. Let's have the poop now, will destiny screw us?
Will my leprosy be cured by later this spring?
I asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will my kid be a king? I've asked you before, will
All
my
right.
kid be a king?
All right. The sight. One moment, then your whole soul gives way, and your heart walks into the light. The minute you see it, you know that you're home. Diamonds and rainbows and skies. Forget about Michelangelo's dome. We're talking a piece of the cosmic pie, where the angels go when they need a break. A spot with the perfect potential. You pinch yourself to prove you're awake, and it's strictly residential in the new world. New world. Fabulous new and improved world. Pack your undies, book your ship. What a thrill, what a trip. Let's follow that northeast corridor into the place called Florida. Pack your undies, book your ship. What a thrill, what a trip. Let's follow that northeast corridor into the place called Florida. Pack your undies, book your ship. What a thrill, what a trip. Let's follow that northeast corridor into the place called Florida in the new world.
And you were going to unveil me.
I was. I told you. I've been under a lot of pressure lately. I really couldn't help myself. I simply love fame. It turns me on incredibly when people know my name. I've got one reservation. Too much aggravation. The pressure to be funny.
Be funny.
The pressure to be smart.
Smart.
The pressure to make money.
Honey, you're all hard.
And you've got to keep on working when you don't feel like working. What a day I picked to be born. I had to go be a Capricorn.
You're a what?
Here I go again. Now I'm really not bitching. Either I take the heat or I get out of the kitchen.
I'm sure it was under duress.
Baby, that's success. You think I'm gonna boom, get a standing ovation? Behind every Oscar, there's manipulation. I'm sorry, feet gastric distress. Booby, that's success.
I thought you would be different, I confess.
Darling, this is success. Until you have made it, you can't know how it feels, knowing that your best friend is snapping at your heels, waiting for his one big break, and your one tragic fatal mistake. I never would have done this, even if you paid me. I was forced into service. You see, my mother made me. I'm cracking under the stress.
Honey, I guess that's success.
Give your life for the good of culture. Show another tit. Give your blood to another vulture. Make sure each show's a hit. Do your exercise an hour later, eat. By noon, heal a leper. Wash a cripple's feet. Defend the guy who's up for perjury. Off to the barbershop, time for surgery. Do your ledges, write a book. Wash those veggies, get them up to cook. Once your little cat's been fed, blow out the candle, honey, time for bed. Cut out the wishing, hoping, dreaming, praying, fantasizing, scheming. My life is one big mess. My fate is total success.
Oh, dear friend, there's only one way now. Be a little cold,
a Capricorn. We were partners. The partnership was your idea. I'm getting out of here. You can't go back. Oh, yes, I can. Because I learned a very important lesson. Which was? Well, for one thing, you can't get a decent corned beef sandwich in France. And I learned another important lesson. I learned that in this life you get two choices. You can either get stuck with one selfish man or another one. I have definitely been running away. Hey, just what do you think you're doing now? If I have to be aggravated by a man, I'm going to do it where there's air conditioning. How? How can you possibly go back 400 years into the future after your death? Very, very easy. I will just rub my wedgies together 3 times. If it works for Judy Garland, it can work for me. Still repressing your anxieties, aren't you? Goldie, please, don't leave me. On the item of husbands, now I know I've got a beaut and his name is Mo. He's my only one, with Saturn opposing the sun. When I think of Great Neck, I start yearning. Could it be that Goldie's finally learning? He's my only one, not Saturn opposing the sun. I don't believe much in astrology, or even much in psychology, because I can be much more specific. Mink coats aren't all that terrific. I want to wake up in the morning with a happy feeling. I think in California they call it healing. I'm going home, oh hun, when Saturn opposes the sun. I'm coming home, oh hun, when Saturn opposes the sun. Goldie, Saturn opposes the sun. Goldie, stay. Saturn don't leave me. Goldie, stay. Saturn opposes the Saturn opposes the Saturn opposes the. I would slay the meanest dragon for you, take all kinds of nagging for you, even go right off the wagon for you. Only don't leave me. I'd go down in the first round boxing for you, drink quarts of deadly toxin for you, cash my blue chip stocks in for you. Only don't leave me. I was totally frazzled and quite fresh out of dreams. You stepped out of the future and sewed up all my schemes. I'd lay down with a man-eating critter for you, trade in my glitz and glitter for you, sell my soul to the lowest bidder for you. Only don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Walking a piece of the cosmic pie, where the angels go when they need a break. A spot with the highest potential. You pinch yourself to prove you're awake, and it's strictly residential. It's in the new world, the new world, a fabulous new and improved world.
It's magic, yes, magic. What more can I say? I'll never forget the sight. One moment there and your soul gives way, and your heart melts into the light.
Pack your undies, book your ship. What a thrill, what a trip. Follow that northeast corridor into a place called Florida. Pack your undies, book your ship. What a thrill, what a trip. Follow that northeast corridor into a place called Florida. In the new world, new world,
Doug Morton, our composer. Doug Morton, ladies and gentlemen. Sheldon Brown. Thank you very Great. Fabulous. Fabulous.